Good morning, everyone. My name is Tong Kayan, and I'm the team leader of Group 1 MPU 2342 Integrity and Anti-Corruption. Today, we are going to be presenting the case study of Airbus corruption scandal. Task delegation. The content researchers are Justin Lim Ke-chin, Tan Ho An, Ong Yao Tze, Tan Jun Kang, and me. The people responsible to design the presentation slides are Teo Wen-jing, Fan Wan-ning, Eunice Khoo Sing-yi, and Janelle Victoria Tan. The assignment objectives is to present the key facts, causes, and consequences of the Airbus corruption scandal and highlight the importance of corporate ethics and anti-corruption measures. The timeline from 1st of July 2025 to 3rd of July 2025, we discussed and finalized task delegation for all members in a WhatsApp group. From 4th of July 2025 to 10th of July 2025, we gathered information from websites and shared it on our WhatsApp group. We also completed the slides using content provided by the researcher. Introduction of the case study. The Airbus corruption scandal is one of the biggest corporate bribery cases involving widespread bribery across multiple countries. Airbus used intermediaries and shell companies to pay bribes to officials and airlines executives to secure contracts and gain advantages in Europe, Asia, the Middle East, and Africa.
Good morning everyone, my name is Eunice. Today I will be presenting a case study on the Airbus corruption scandal. First, background. The misconduct happened between 2008 and 2015. Airbus made illegal payments to win aviation contracts in several countries. In 2016, Airbus itself reported suspicious activity involving third-party agents. Countries include China, Malaysia, Indonesia, and others. In 2020, Airbus agreed to pay $3.6 billion in fines. The main charges were bribery and export control violation. Second, case coverage number 1. Airbus agreed to pay over $3.9 billion globally to settle these charges. In the United States, they paid $527 million for violating the Foreign Corrupt Practice Act (FCPA) and the International Traffic in Arms Regulation (ITA). They also paid an additional $50 million in civil forfeiture related to ITA. Part of the US fine will be credited against payment to French authorities. Additionally, they paid $10 million to the US Department of State (DDTC) with $5 million credit.
Background case coverage number 2. Airbus SE resolved multinational bribery investigation with record $4 billion deferred prosecution agreement. The Airbus had formal anti-bribery policies and internal controls, including due diligence requirements. These controls were routinely bypassed, even by employees in complaints roles. Misconduct included falsifying documents and manipulating complaints processes. The company's corporate culture tolerated unethical behavior, enabling widespread bribery. The failure was systematic, showing weak oversight and poor enforcement of ethical standards. Background case coverage number 3. Airbus to pay record $4 billion to settle global bribery scheme. The Airbus violated ITA by failing to report commissions tied to defense exports, using unregistered third-party agents, and providing false information to the US authorities. They received a penalty $10 million to the US State Department, with a $5 million credited. Airbus must improve complaints and reporting under monitoring.
So the next slide is size offenders committed. Bribery of foreign public officials. Airbus was found to have bribed foreign public officials in order to secure aircraft contracts across multiple countries. The second is violations of export control laws. The company also violated U.S. export control laws by being involved in the unauthorized sales of arms and those used technologies. These actions, brief strict regulations means to control sensitive exports. The The third is internal compliance failures. Airbus shows serious failures in internal com- compliance and oversights. Their anti-corruption control and risk management systems are weak. The last one is falsification of record and documentations. To conceal its late payments and mislead regulation, Airbus falsify financial record and other documentation. That's all for now.
Hi everyone, my name is Ong Yao. I'll be talking about the impact of the scandal on individuals involved. First, job losses and resignations. Several high-level executives, including the CEO and senior legal officers, were forced to resign during the investigation. This shows how scandals can lead to people losing their jobs. Next, reputational damage. Even if someone wasn't charged, just being linked to the scandal caused public shame and could hurt their future career opportunities. Lastly, some individuals face legal consequences. This means they didn't just lose their jobs, they could also face court charges or other legal action. These impacts are a strong reminder that accountability affects individuals, not just companies. That's all from me. Thank you.
Now I'm going to present about the impact on the organization. First is the financial penalties. UK, France and US paid 3.6 billion euro in global settlement. Next is the reputation severely damaged. Public trust and investor confidence weakened. Third is the compliance overhaul. Airbus restructured its ethics and compliance system. Last is the operational disruption. Internal investigations and illegal proceedings affected normal business.
My name is Tan Hoan and I will talking about steps to address integrity and corruption issue, mainly focusing on prevention, detection and enforcement. First, the prevention is talking about establish a strong legal and regulatory framework, for example, clear law and regulation against corruption, bribery, and other unethical practice. The second one, detection, is talking about establish independence oversight bodies. For example, creating independent bodies with the authority to investigate corruption, education. The last one, enforcement, is to ensure effective investigation and prosecution. Is to establishing specialized unit with the expertise and resource to investigate.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Justin Lim Kachin. Today, I want to talk about 4 lessons that we can learn from Airbus corruption scandal. The first one is strong compliance systems are critical. Companies must implement and enforce effective anti-bribery and active programs. The second is transparency and accountability matter. Concealing payments and using third parties can lead to serious legal risks. The third is self-reporting can reduce penalties. Airbus cooperation help reduce the severity of legal consequences. And the last one is global operation require global standards. Multinational firms must comply with international laws and local regulation. That's all.
My name is Janelle. So to wrap up our presentation, here's a quick summary of the Airbus corruption scandal. Airbus, a leading European aerospace company, was involved in one of the world's biggest corporate bribery cases. Between 2008 and 2015, the company used third-party agents and shell companies to pay bribes to secure contracts in countries like China, Malaysia, and Indonesia. The scandal was exposed after Airbus self-reported in 2016, leading to a massive investigation and 3.6 billion euro global settlement in 2020. This case highlights the importance of strong internal controls, ethical leadership, and the need of global cooperation to comply with international anti-corruption laws. And finally, these are our reference, just a few of the sources we used to gather the information of the case study. That brings us to the end of our presentation. Thank you.